in another diocese long ago and far away, the honorary and lay canons of the cathedral were chosen as a sort of long service award at the very end of their careers. And thus they bore more than a passing resemblance to the tottering young Mr. Grace from the then contemporary sitcom Are You Being Served? So that the young cathedral staff, of whom I was one at that stage, used to give them the collective nickname of the Grace Brothers. One canon arriving for a meeting of the college one day overheard the cry of "Grace Brothers" on the horizon and was charmed, thinking we were referring to divine grace. We didn't disabuse him. How different then the group of men and women who gathered in the cathedral last Sunday to be welcomed and installed as new honorary, lay and ecumenical canons. They were parish clergy in the prime of their ministry, working across churches, schools, hospitals across Suffolk. The lay canons were some of them in the early stages of their careers, representing law, education, charities, music. They were an intentionally diverse group. Diversity not as a token nod, but because they already have exciting track records of working in their workplaces, churches and local communities to bring change, make community, build justice. As I looked at them all on Sunday, I had cause to reflect that for the most part they were a great deal younger than I was, so that although I will probably find myself over the coming years echoing young Mr. Grace's catchphrase, "You've all done very well," they're far too young to know what I'm talking about. Bishop Martin and I were quite clear that they were already doing important work with which we, the diocesan cathedral, wanted to identify and engage. The challenge, though, given their already busy schedules, is how we can best utilise their talents in the very limited time that they have. Some ideas are already in progress. Canon Joe Gunn, head teacher at St Margaret's School in Ipswich, is going to help us get the most out of school services in the cathedral. Canon Judy Newman, chief executive at St Elizabeth's Hospice in Ipswich, is helping us plan our county service on March the 6th, to give thanks for all those who've worked so hard throughout the COVID pandemic and to remember those who've died. Canon Naomi Jane, a Deputy Chancellor for the Diocese and a barrister specialising in the law around mediation and whistleblowing, is going to help us with our diocesan anti-bullying and mediation group. Canon Africa Green, a musician, writer, broadcaster and leading light in Bury St Edmunds for Black Lives, will help us develop our One in Christ Jesus manifesto to develop our action plan. And as she's also the drummer for the Pet Shop Boys, I'd personally love it if you could organise for them to do a concert here at the cathedral, but that'll have to be a work in progress. Soon to be installed, Canon Roger Wright, Chief Executive of the Britain Peers Foundation, is choosing the cathedral for the opening concert for the 2022 Aldeburgh Festival. Our new first ecumenical canon, Pastor Harold Afflew from Ipswich, is already working with the Inspiring Ipswich project, helping us to build connections across the denominations. Our honorary canons, those parish clergy, are going to be the think tank for the diocese, taking the temperature of how parishes are feeling, how they're developing, how they're relating to diocese and cathedral. Those honorary canons will listen, speak honestly to us, continue to build links and bring their own skills to the table. So all of them, honorary, lay and ecumenical canons, will be living signs of the kingdom to which Advent, which begins this Sunday, points. Those living signs of the kingdom will model what it looks like to help build new structures of divine grace, justice and potential across Suffolk. Their installation last Sunday feels highly appropriate as we approach the beginning of the Church's new year, as we all in our lives pave the way for the birth of the Christ child once again in our hearts, our homes, our work, our churches and our county, trying to make a community fit for him to be born into.